Coffee is necessary, coffee is needed, coffee is life. Hi everyone, my name is Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading, and today I'm doing a read a book in 8 hours challenge. I did this a couple months ago with 5 Survive, which was a book written in real time and meant to read in 8 hours. I did it live on sprints with one of my friends, and a lot of you joined in the comments, and we had such a great time. I've had so many people asking me to do it again because we did have so much fun. So I picked a book that has a similar length audiobook to 5 Survive because 5 Survive was doable in 8 hours, and decided let's do it again, do it live on sprints, and try to read a book in 8 hours. So today I'll be live for 10 hours on sprints, doing 8 one-hour sprints to see if I can finish Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. I'm gonna be joined on camera by Bookish Shell. I will link Shell down in the description box. If you don't know Shell, go check Shell out. I love Shell's channel and always have a good time watching their content. But Shell's gonna be joining me today live on camera, and I know many of you are gonna be joining us in the comments. Whether you're actually reading Killers of a Certain Age or just hanging out and reading whatever or using them as productivity, that's totally fine. But today I'm using it as a challenge. Can I read this book in 8 hours? I don't foresee not being able to. I will be surprised if I can't, just because I've done this before, and in February I did 28 and 28 and got kind of used to reading a book in a day. I don't know how I got used to reading a book in a day, but it did happen. I used to be scared to read a book in a day, like, oh, can I finish it in a day? But I'm less nervous about that now. So the synopsis says, older women often feel invisible, but sometimes that's their secret weapon. They've spent their lives as the deadliest assassins in a clandestine international organization, but now they're 60 years old. 4 female friends can't just retire, it's kill or be killed. So basically, this book follows 4 elderly women who have spent their whole lives being assassins, and now they're trying to retire. I just think this concept is fantastic, and I cannot wait to read this book. Kelsey sent me this book for my birthday, and as soon as it arrived, I was like, oh, this is perfect for read a book in 8 hours, and I planned it from there. I cannot wait to read it, and I will be vlogging today. You'll see my day. I have no idea what that day is going to entail other than a lot of sprints, but I will vlog it and show it to you. I will pop in with thoughts throughout the day, and we'll just have a good time reading this book and sharing my thoughts. That is what this vlog is, and I hope you have a good time. I have about an hour until sprint start, so I am going to get coffee because coffee is necessary, coffee is needed, coffee is life. I need to run to Tim Hortons because that is how I'm going to start off my day, and I'll take you with me. Hi everyone, so we have done 3 sprints. We just started our 4th one-hour sprint for Killers of a Certain Age. I do have the book with me, but I don't have the dust jacket, so I probably won't be holding it up because it's just a plain cover, and the dust jacket is upstairs, so I'm not gonna go and grab it. But we are on our 4th sprint. Everyone is a bit ahead, so I think we are gonna finish well before the 8 hours and then just sprint and have fun reading other books, which is totally fine because we're having a great time just chatting and reading together and just having a great time. Right now, I am at page 158. So I'm basically halfway through Killers of a Certain Age. So I wanted to come give a mid-book update, share my thoughts. I've shared them on the live sprints, but wanted to give you a little bit of thoughts. When this first starts, we realize it's in 2 timelines. So it follows 4 assassins, female assassins. We see them on a mission together, how they work as a group in the prologue. And then we see them now on a cruise. They are in their 60s and they are retiring. I loved seeing them on a mission and how they worked when they were younger. Also, kind of the dynamics of being females in the 60s after the war, kind of being objectified by the male people in their workplace, and how they had to claw their way to get to where they are. I really liked seeing them now as older friends retiring together. And in my mind, because of how they're described in that first chapter when they're on the cruise, I pictured the Golden Girls. Why? I don't know, but that's just how I picture them now. One character reminds me of Blanche. That was Natalie. And Billy reminds me of Bea Arthur's character, which for the life of me, Dorothy, that's the name. It didn't come to me right away. But that's who they reminded me of. So that's just how I'm picturing them in my head. And we're just going to go with that. I was really enjoying it at first, and I still am enjoying it. However, the pacing of this book is a little weird for me. It's something happens, something happens, something happens, something happens, something happens, something happens. Bam, 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 bam. It is done in dual timelines, mostly in the present timeline, but every once in a while we'll kind of get a glimpse back into how they became the assassins they became. But even in that, it's still very, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And I just find because of how the pacing is, I'm not getting to know the characters as well as I would like because it's very fast paced. I kind of wish the book would slow down just a little bit and give it a little bit more spacing so that I could settle into the characters a bit more and get to know them a bit better. That's my only critique as of right now, but the pacing's a little off for me. So like I said, we start off with them on a mission and jump right into that, and then we kind of fast forward to present day where they are retiring and going on this cruise. Throughout the book, we have flashbacks as we see how they kind of became who they are today. I've said this already, but I just kind of wanted to lay out what the book is about. So they're on the cruise at the beginning, and they see someone on the cruise that they recognize, and it tips them off that they are in danger. So they go from these retired assassins trying to relax on their retirement cruise to what is going on, we need to protect ourselves, and going into this covert team that they've always been. Trying to figure out why they're in danger, what is going on, what is happening. And I can't really say anything more than that. We're actually even saying that on sprints. It's hard to really discuss the book in too much detail because where it is so fast paced with event, there are so many spoilers. So I can't talk about much, but that is my mid-book update. That I'm enjoying the story, but would love the pacing to slow down. I'm assuming it's not going to because I'm halfway through the book. I don't expect the pacing to change. So it is what it is. But I'm excited to keep reading and see what is happening and why these 4 senior assassins are in danger. Hi everyone, I have finished Killers of a Certain Age, and we're going to overlook that this lighting is horrible because it is. But I'm on sprints and this is where I'm sprinting, and here's where the end of the vlog is going to be, and we're just gonna overlook it for today. I have finished Killers of a Certain Age by Deanna Raybourn. I'm gonna give this 3 stars, and pretty much everything that I said at my mid-book update, I still stand behind. I feel like this was definitely a writing style issue for me versus a story issue. I liked the story in and of itself. I enjoyed the concept of these elderly assassins finding themselves in a spot of trouble and trying to figure out what in their past and their past cases is the reason that they're in this mess currently. However, it was just really busy. There would be a lot of times where we would jump from, let's say we were in England, then we were in France, and days would have passed, but it was very choppy and we missed kind of the things connecting the events. It was just event, and there was really nothing connecting these events together, and I missed that. I felt like because it was just one event after the other after another, which is what I talked about at my mid-book wrap-up, that I missed connecting with the characters, and I never really felt like I did connect with the characters. Even to be honest, there is a male character that shows up near the end of the book, and for a good 10 pages, I knew that I should know who this was, but I couldn't remember who it was, and I couldn't remember why they were important to the story. As I was reading, it did start to register who this was and why they were there, but it took me a minute. And I think it was just because there were just so many characters and not enough time to really get to know any of them. Even our 4 main characters, I do not feel like I know any of them really well. I probably know Billy the best, but I really don't feel like I have a good understanding of each character and who they are as much as I would like to. I'm a big character-focused reader, so feeling that I didn't really get to connect with the characters or even really get to know them is something that is always not going to make a book a favorite for me. However, like I said, I did like the story and the concept, so it ended up coming out as a 3-star read for me. That seems to be the consensus. A lot of people finished on the sprint before this or finished during this sprint and are putting their ratings in the chat. 3 stars seems to be kind of where everyone is shaking out. So I feel like we're kind of all on the same page with that. So I have read this in 8 hours. I actually read it in 6.5. We still have about 30 minutes left on this sprint and we have a whole other sprint. So this is a very fast read and the pacing is extremely fast and like I said, almost too fast. But it's definitely able to be read in 8 hours and we have done it. Check, the challenge is done. And I am really glad that I read this book. 3 stars is not a bad book. It's just a middle of the road book for me. But that is it for this vlog. We are going to be doing one more sprint, but it's not going to be a part of this challenge, obviously, because the book is done. For the last sprint of these sprints, I am going to be reading. You just won't see that because I am going to end the vlog right now. But I will tell you what I'm reading, and that is going to be Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I'm almost done this book. And I am doing it for a vlog that you will see, I think next week. I think that's the plan, where Rainey chooses my TBR. So I'm gonna try and get a good portion of this done during that last sprint. I only have about 100 pages left, so I won't finish on sprints, but I'll get a good bit of those 100 pages probably knocked out and still maybe finish tonight because sprints are finishing at 8 o'clock my time. So I might read after sprints. It depends on how I'm feeling. I'm loving Jar of Hearts, so I might finish it tonight. We'll see how it goes. But that is the end of this challenge of read a book in 8 hours. I love this. Everyone in the sprints seems to really enjoy this concept, so we will definitely be doing it again, I believe in June, with No Exit by Taylor Adams. Keep an eye out for that. If you want to join and read with us, you obviously can also join the sprints and read whatever you want to. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.